Hello everybody and welcome back to the Old Stream Farm. We have broken from tradition and we have gone for this map today instead of Wexcombe. I think this is going to be pretty fun because we don't really do enough on this map and I do want to progress it a bit further. I love the way this map is currently going because we have quite a bit of money, we have quite a lot of machinery, and really we're doing pretty well, which is quite rare for me, admittedly. So what we're going to do is always make sure we have got enough money to buy something in an emergency, so maybe £20,000. It is quite hard to stick to that rule, but I'll try my best. So the first thing which I do need to do is make sure I never say let's go and buy a brand new seed drill. Let's see if there is an alternative seeder available, because I am in the market for a new seeder. So if we go into sewing machines here, we do currently have the Great Plains 3P106NT, which we can resell for £15,000 if we want to. We're not going to just yet, but we are going to buy another seeder. The reason why we're not going to sell it is because it's newer than the one we're about to buy, so we don't want to downgrade, that'd be stupid. However, this one is much smaller and supports less crop types. Now I don't know if the one which I'm about to show you is supposed to support the crop types it does do. It does seem to be a bit too universal, but I think it will fit quite nicely with this farm. So here it is. It's TSL 8 metre seeder, and it actually looks pretty decent as well. Very fitting with the map, I think. Now this is just £11,350. You might think that is expensive for such an old seeder, but when you look at what you can get new for that sort of spec, you don't really get much for your money. So this one is 8 metres in width. If we go to the equivalent one, which is actually this one here, or maybe this one here. Oh no, that is 6, so that's smaller, and that is £61,000. The Horsch Pronto is a metre wider, but it is 96,000. So yeah, this is going to be quite a good option for us. So we're going to buy it. I think it's going to go really well with the farm. We may sell the other seeder eventually, but yeah, I just don't want to feel like we're downgrading just at the moment. So we are going to use it today. We're not going to use the big John Deere, I don't think. We're going to go with the case today. We do have the grass to also bale or collect, but I'm just going to hold off that for the time being because we've done a lot of bale work recently. So I think we can hold off until at least Tuesday, when there will be another video on here. So it should be over at the store, and the approach I'm going to go with for this map is really for just the old equipment from now on. We will very rarely buy something new. It is going to be a very weathered look on the machinery, a very used look. Oh, cart. They're going very slow, very steady. But yes, the field which we're going to plant today is field number 4, and depending on how long it takes, we may also do field number 1, because those are the two fields which haven't been planted yet. We have already seeded field number 10 and field number 15, so we're doing okay. Indicate off here. It should be, yes, there it is. We can actually fill it up here, amazingly. So yeah, it supports every crop type, essentially. I don't know if it should do. It probably shouldn't be able to plant, what would it be, sugar beet and maize, or potatoes. No, if it does potatoes then it's definitely wrong. Let's just see. Yes, it does plant potatoes amazingly. So I think we are going to stay realistic here. We're definitely not going to plant any potatoes with this seeder, and technically we shouldn't plant any sugar beet or maize with it either. The reason why I've bought it is for it to blend in nicely with the farm, and also because it is wider. Right, so let's fill that up. That was very quick. There was 500 litres of fertiliser left in there. I'm guessing about the same with this as well. 300, okay. Now we don't need to... whoa, look at that, he's actually swinging on the back. That has dropped down and it is swinging. Wow, I have fallen in love with this mod. That is just the simplest detail. Just makes you love it. So yeah, we need to fill it up to the top, obviously. We'll put the beacons on. It's not totally necessary. Mind the pedestrians. Yeah, I don't think I hit that chap last week. I think I got away with it. Okay. Mind out the way, chicken. Let's get these forks down. I don't think they will actually come down with this thing because it doesn't reach high enough. That is what I've been told. Unless it's been fixed. It looks like it would reach it. Let's just see. I'm hoping it will do. Right, so close. It actually won't reach it. That is incredible. Yes, let's reset it then. I didn't want to reset it, but I think we're going to have to. We could, if we wanted to, we could pick them up with the bale spike, but that would seem a bit ridiculous. So we'll do it the proper way. Intriguing. It does not fit to the skid steer, which means that is for the front loader. I thought with it being there, it would actually fit, but it doesn't. So, yes, we will have to buy, I'm afraid, we're going to have to buy the correct fork. Which is unfortunate. I don't think we do have one, so that's all I can think of doing. So we'll get it delivered to the farm. And a few minutes later, here it is. We have had it delivered. Very efficient service. So we don't need the liquid fertiliser today, we just need to go for the solid fertiliser and the seed. Very good view from here. I think when we've used this, we might buy some more fertiliser and put it back on the rack, on the shelf, because it does work very well. It also keeps it out of harm's way. Now this should be close enough to work. Yep. And it's actually piling the fertiliser and seed bags on the top. You can't really see. There we go. Which is a nice little touch for it. Right, so it consumes it all. We now have to go for the seed. Clearly it's high capacity due to its width. Right, okay. And I am also in the market for looking for an old tractor. Nothing expensive at all, maybe £1,000 or £2,000, because they shouldn't be too expensive if they're really old. And that has filled it up just 21%, but that will hopefully do. If it doesn't do, then we can easily buy some more. Pull this back over here for the time being. I fear we may need it again soon. And we are going to go up to field number 4 and get it planted. How do you get there? It looks like you just go up here. Sorry chickens, I apologise for squishing you. Yes, here it is. So this should work out pretty well. Is that field 4? Yes, it is. It's a very unique design. It's going to make it quite hard to actually plant it. I think what I might do is start at the far side and work this way. It will make more sense. I'm hoping this tractor's going to have enough horsepower. It certainly should do. It's about 145 horsepower. And it's not like we're dragging the seeder through the ground. It's actually just towing it behind. So, yes, this is going to have to be unfolded. Very impressive. I have actually used this before in FS15. Right, so let's choose the seed type. Let's go with canola. That should be quite a good crop to go for. Now I don't think I'd ever use this seeder on another map. It just fits in so well here. Mind the tree. And off we go. We are seeding. We're doing about 5 miles an hour, 4 or 5. But because we've got such a wider working width than the other seeder, this is still going to be much quicker. I think I should do more of this, you know. I think we should get more older equipment. Not necessarily small, we could still have older but bigger equipment. because it's not really something you see too much. We're also used to the big modern equipment. It's just sort of in the background, this old stuff. We should definitely do more of it. Now I don't know if I'm actually going to do a vote on this, but if I don't, please do let me know below in the comments whether or not you think we should sell the other seeder. Because essentially it does exactly the same thing, but only it's smaller, but it is newer. I think we could probably get away with this. Of course we don't have the risk of anything breaking, although I do have the repair mod running, so I don't know if it would actually work with this or not. If I walk up to it later on, we will know. But yep, this is, although it looks like a pretty big field, it is amazingly not that big at all, and it is probably one of the biggest on the map. Yep. So that really does show you what a small map this really is. Small but beautiful and very well made. Even though it's small, it still seems very spacious. Lots of space about, which is what I love. A lot of people hate it when you have a tight map and also a very crammed up map. Whereas this is a small map, so you could say crammed up, but it's certainly not tight, which is nice. So this is field number 4, almost finished, and it's been going pretty well. There is quite a bit of excessive wheel slip though on the case, so maybe we should have had a little bit more horsepower. That is the reason why we have the John Deere. It's just don't want to use the John Deere too much, you can overuse something. So yeah, the case just for the time being. However, we are going to have to work in our grass fields again, so we are going to need a little bit more horsepower if we are running a baler. But I would like to get field number 1 planted today as well, if we can do. Oh, that is some wheel slippage. It's just me messing about though. Yeah, so we've almost finished, just a tiny bit left in the corner. And then, on to field number 1. We may have to get some more seed though, in fact we will do. Just one more pallet. Whoa, I have turned an option on which I shouldn't have done. It's flickering up stuff. Strange, very strange. I shall turn it off. From here it really doesn't look like a seeder. It's like a moving bridge or something with some bags on it. It's a very unique design. But it's really clever because it's so wide but you can transport it like a pencil down the road. It's so thin when it's folded up. Anyway, there we go. Field number 4 is now seeded with canola. So that is going to be another profitable harvest if we keep on top of the fertilising. We are going to do some spraying as well. I have got a relic of a sprayer lined up as well, so that is going to be very fitting for the farm. Looking forward to it. Anyway, let's turn this off, fold it up, and you know what, it might be easier to drive this to the store instead of going to the store with the skid steer, just because we'll be transporting it down the road on the tines, which doesn't look the best. Plus it's much slower. I will have to move those forks because they're in the way. That is the only issue. It is quite long, so getting it around corners is slightly tricky. But I think for this map, really on the whole, it won't be too hard. How much does it cut in? Fair bit, but it is rear wheel steer. At least I think it is. I thought it steered at the back. Oh, mind the car. Oh, mind the pedestrians. Emergency braking with a seeder on the back. It was their right of way, but they seem to be oblivious to everything. Here we are. Right, let's get a pallet. Here we go. £900. A little bit more to set us back, but it doesn't bother me because I know we're going to be doing very well in the future. So that is all filled up. Sorry, I forgot to turn record on, so I've just missed a chunk there. But now what we're going to do is, in the future, probably in the next episode in fact, we're going to downgrade the combine. You might be thinking, why? Why would you downgrade from the TC590? That is like one of the smallest combines you can get. There are two more here. We're not going to get the case, we're not even going to get the Sampo Rosenlu. In fact, I am planning on getting the Class Dominator, because that will fit in perfectly with this map. I think it is going to look absolutely perfect in its place where it should be. So yeah, hopefully on Tuesday that is where we'll be having it. We'll be having the Dominator here, and because the TC590 is pretty new, that is where I'm hoping to get a fair chunk of money from. It's not going to be like £300,000 or anything, but it should still be enough to really get us going with the older equipment. It seems like a strange style to go for, downgrading new stuff to old stuff, but it's something I've never done before, and I just think it would be really good. Now you can have too old, we don't want to have stuff which is too old, or too small for that matter. It's going to be, I suppose you could say, retro stuff. That is probably the best approach to go for. Anyway, what should this field here be? What should it be? Let's just see. Nothing this shouldn't do. Soybeans? I think it should do soybeans. Yeah, because we've already got, I think we've already got a field for straw. Field 15? Am I right or am I wrong? I don't know. Field 15 is barley. Yeah, so we've got barley straw there, potentially. So yeah, we'll go with soybeans. Field number 10 is soybeans as well. Now again, this is going to be a very fast job. It won't take very long at all. Most of it will be done off screen because we have done nothing but seeding so far. So it would be nice to do something different. But if we don't get these fields planted, it means nothing will be growing in the background. Am I in a... Oh, no, I'm not. I thought I was in a river then, but it's just to the left of us. So I'll see you when this is almost finished. I don't think I'll do another time lapse of the seeding, but we might do another time lapse of a different job. But whether or not we do the grass today, I'm not sure. Are you supposed to turn like this with the seeder? Not too sure. I was heavily criticised when I turned with the cultivator. I am aware of it now, yes. You do not turn with the cultivator. At least not that one. Some cultivators you can turn with, but the one which I had on the back, which was the mounted one, we couldn't turn. So as we know, we're already fertilising with the seeder, so that is fertilisation stage number 1 out of 3 completed. However, I do seriously lacking the weeder department, which means we do need to get the weeder when they progress to the second, or should I say first growth stage. I don't know what you'd class it as really. Is this growth stage number 1 or is it number 2? I would call it 0 really, because it's not actually growing yet. But either way, it is now fertilised. So if we just go onto here, we should be able to see that, yes, that is a good colour. It is blue. So, what stage is number 10 on? Right, nothing has actually sprouted yet. Or actually no, number 10 is slightly darker. So number 10 has sprouted, which means number 10 can have a weeder put through it, which is what we're going to do next. Now the only thing I'm a little bit wary about is crop destruction. It is good, but I don't want to go over the top with it, as we could potentially lose a lot of our crop, as the weeder isn't that wide. Now row crop tyres don't destroy the crop at all, as we've discovered. Is that still down? No. But yeah, these tyres probably would destroy the first growth stage, which is not good at all. So let's just put it away and then we'll see what to do. Now I think there might be some more storage back here. This is obviously not going to fit in the standard storage shed. There is the combine harvester. Aha! What is this place here? I suppose it could tuck in the corner there. This is more of the animal area. Oh, I need to go in cab view. That's better. But no, thank you to the creators of this mod. Very impressive. Pretty sure it's been converted to 17. But either way, still very good. Can't wait to use it again. So yeah, we're not going to get the sprayer just yet because we don't need it. And I prefer to go organic with the weeder. So if we can just take this off and then move on, that'd be fantastic. Now the John Deere to me is the obvious choice of tractor, just because we haven't used it yet today. We've already used the case, and I like to differentiate what we use. We do only have 2 tractors at the moment, but like I say, I do want to get an old one, a very cheap old tractor, maybe even a vintage tractor. This can be cleaned. It is a disgrace. We don't want our tractors to look too clean, but this is very mucky. When you can actually see the grime on the window, that is when you know it needs a wash. Or even worse, if you can't even read the decals, if you can't read the word John Deere, then it is wash time. Right, okay, so how much does a weeder cost? Now this is where we could potentially fall at the first hurdle, because it could be very expensive. Now I did download this mod here. I've never used it though, so I don't know how good it is. Yeah, I wouldn't mind using it, but I just don't know how good it is going to be. You know what we'll do is we'll head up to the store, I'll save the game, give them a go. I'm not doubting it or anything, it's just I've never used it, so I can't really say it's good yet. But I'm willing to give it a go. Cab view, yeah, it's good. This map just looks beautiful in the dusk, or at dusk. I think, yeah, these sort of continental Europe maps always do look better at dusk. I don't know why. It just makes them really picturesque. We need to look out for pedestrians. There is one. They always seem to cross when I get here. So if we do actually buy the ones which I've just been looking at, we're going to have a massive saving, as the base game ones are very expensive. Right, let's save. There we go. And let's give them a trial. I think they go one behind another, but I can't say for sure. You might have to buy 2. Yes, I think you do. Yeah, so this goes on first, and then you put 1 on each side. The only thing is, I don't know how you transport it down a road. Would you do them individually? I think you should probably put them on a low loader. Yeah, that is right, so we need to get another. This one here. Yeah, That looks pretty amazing. So are they actually weeders or are they rollers? I'm guessing they are actually designed to work as a weeder. I can't remember downloading the mod, so I don't know what it was described as, but it's certainly in the weeder category, so it should be. I have just noticed something. You can put them one behind another for transportation, but you wouldn't have thought it would do them much good going down the tarmac. Also, you wouldn't have thought it would do the road too much good. But that is clever. How am I going to reverse this? That is going to be pretty tricky. Oh wow. I have stumbled across an issue. How am I going to reverse this? Oh no. Maybe with a lot of perseverance I might be able to get it there. Getting closer. Oh, no, let's mess it up. If I turn this way... No, wrong way. Sorry, this is painful. Oh no, it's all opposite. Like I'm reversing as if I've only got one articulated thing on. So that's right. Oh no. I think I may have to jump cut. Oh no, straight back at that. Straight back. Straight back. Oh, get close enough. Yes, there we go. Okay, we've got them on the back. Let's just hope the local council doesn't see us doing this, because they will be furious. Unless you can do this. I don't know how heavy they actually are. But there are chunks flying, which is not a good sign. Field number 10 is the next one down here. That pedestrian is about to cross. I can feel it. And a gold nugget is there. Sorry, don't mind us. We're just walking in someone's garden to pick up a gold nugget. You'd have thought they'd have noticed. Yes, that is the way in. No, that is the way in. Reverse from here. Sorry, businessman, you're in the way. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, I am totally messing this up. Come on, keep moving. No. Oh, you've gone through my bonnet. Good. We have made it. I think we might set them up in the field. It is going to be easier. Okay. So, again, this is going to be tricky, but not quite as tricky. I hope. I may do this off screen. Yes, I will. Okay, we are attached. Now, before I enter the field, I am going to align this thing, because the more we drive in there, the more of a mess we're going to make. And yes, I think the crop destruction is going to be fairly effective here, so we don't want to overdo it. Again, we will save it just in case this doesn't have the effect that we want it to. And there are quite a few shrubs here. I apologise, shrubs, I'm sorry. You're about to be weeded. Okay, so that is destructive, to say the least. I'm not happy with it at all. It's the tractor though, not the mod. So, is that doing anything? It is. That is working. So, what we need to do, quite clearly, is either convert this tractor to row crop tyres or convert the case tractor to row crop tyres. We will leave this here. And I'll see you back at the yard. Okay, so here we are at the workshop, just closing it up, because we have now put the row crop tyres on the John Deere, which is good. We'll now have no crop destruction, which is perfect. Last thing we want is to destroy the crop we just planted. It's a shame about the bit which we have destroyed, but luckily it is just a very small proportion of the field. So, yeah, more damage could certainly have been done. Yeah, I should think a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, look at this idiot, he's going to go and drive through the whole field with standard tyres. Well, I'm not that much of an idiot, honestly. We will obviously put the row crop tyres on if it does do too much damage. And in fact, I think really, if you're ever driving through crops like this, we should have them on, because all the other tyres do a lot of damage. So, yeah, a tiny bit has been wasted, but never again. So here goes. It isn't very wide, so it's going to be a little bit of a job. Just making sure that isn't destroying anything. No, that is just fantastic. Really good. So no, it turns out this mod is really good as well. Definitely worth getting. We're doing our weeding into the sunset. It beats doing fertiliser. Once we've paid for these, we don't have to ever pay for anything again. Except for maintenance, of course. Bearings and stuff could go. Can't imagine there's too much of a wearing part on this thing. Yeah, just bearings. Possibly shafts or spindles and stuff. But that is looking good. But I don't think you could really argue with the fact that this is a perfect map. It is a good view. It is the sign of money behind the tractor. We are eliminating these weeds which shouldn't be here. I wonder if it eliminates things like black grass and all those really dominant crops or dominant weeds. I suppose it does do. I've never seen a weeder in real life, unless some people call it a drag, but to me a drag is more of a cultivator or a chain harrow, that kind of thing. Around the pylon. I call it a pylon. I think there is another word for them actually. I don't know if they're called pylons in Germany. But yeah, you know what I mean. Around the electrical frame thing. That is what I'm referring to. Right, okay, so we're just going to have to turn again here, and then that is the field completed. We will of course check the map. I might have missed a tiny amount, but hopefully I've covered most of it. And then we do need to find a place to store these. Now this is the kind of thing which you'd probably find easier storing in a grass field, just because you'd have to keep packing it up. But that might not be possible necessarily. Right, so I think this top margin here you can't actually get to. But I have missed a bit around the pylon just over here, so we'll go back there. And then that'll be our job done. And except for buying them in the first place, it has cost nothing. No fertiliser or anything. Perfect. Ah yes, you can see the bit I missed. Just here. That's me trying not to go too close. This should be a very productive crop. Okay, so that is now finished. I don't think we can take it down the road. That would just seem wrong. Just totally wrong. No, I don't know what to do really. We do need to take them back, but I don't know what to do for the best. The annoying thing is it would go down the road. It's just, yeah, not really worth it. Looking at it, we can actually fit more to the back of here, but surely that would just be following straight behind this one, you would have thought. So that must just be for transportation. I think this is the biggest working width that you can have. Mind the building. Let's go back up to the top. Now I think what I'll do is I park them here, just on the margin. As long as they don't get stolen, they shouldn't do. There we go. We will of course fetch them at a later date. But just to finish off, let's head back to the yard and park this up. I've still got a bit of a dead zone on the steering wheel, 4%, I need to turn it off. you start off by default at about 12%. 12% dead zone, it's just ridiculous. You can barely control the thing. I dropped it to 4%, and never changed it since the release of FS17. And I should have done, because I can't really use it with a dead zone. It's just too... It feels like it's too much play in the steering, which I don't really like. Some people probably do prefer it, and you probably sometimes do need a dead zone, but I think for what I need here, dead zone is not good. So there we go, thank you for watching, we'll call it a day, and until Tuesday, that is it from the Old Stream Farm version 2. But no, it is seriously proving to be such an amazing map, and I kind of regret just having it as 1 day a week. Maybe I'll make it 2 days a week. Probably should do. We do have too many maps going as well. I think we've got 3 going, that is too many. So when we get to the end of one of them, I think the next one to finish is Wexcombe, but that is still quite a distance away. But when we do get to the end of it, we will just stick with 2 maps. It is easier, and it makes it more enjoyable to watch because you don't have to keep thinking. You have to keep thinking about what's happening in each map. Like, we could do Wexcombe one day, and then Coldborough Park Farm on the next day, and then you'll think, hang on, what were we doing last time? Because that's what I think, even doing it as the Let's Player. So yeah, 3 maps is way too much. A lot of people have noticed, and I agree. So when we finish the next map, that is it. We'll keep it at 2, and that should make everything much better. So until next time, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye for now. Here we are in the workshop, and luckily, if I just go into the trigger here, we will be able to see, hopefully. Oh, the trigger is not working, there we go. We should be able to see that it will support the row crop tyres, narrow tyres, £800. So, oh dear.